Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at another 7-inch figure, or a 1/10 scale figure. This is the Grim Knight from McFarlane Toys, part of the DC Multiverse line, and this figure was released in 2020. Right now we're getting a good 360 view of the box it comes with. So going off of these figures, you guys already seen me do the Flash and Deathstroke. Now I do want to say I don't have too many of these DC Multiverse. I think Flash was the first one that I got, and then I saw this one. That was like the Grim Knight. That looks awesome, and I really started wanting to get into all the DC Multiverse up until I started realizing how many of them there were out there, and I was like, you know what? That's just too much for me. And about that time, I started kind of transitioning to getting 1/6 scale figures. Now I do still get a few, 7-inch figures, but I kind of slowed down on it. So I don't have too many DC Multiverse figures. I think I have I want to say like 5 or 6 in total, which I've already done 2 and this one's 3, so I have another couple left to do. So you guys will see that soon. But yeah, like I said, I just kind of got a few of them that I kind of liked, and went from there. And this one just kind of pulled me in. I was like, wow, that's awesome. The Grim Knight with guns, Batman doesn't kill. That's awesome. So anyway, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna turn this off. Now that we got a good 360 view of the box, put this to the side, put this down, and then move this out of the way. And now what we're gonna do is get a better view of this this figure right here, the box at least. So as you can see here, it is it says 22. I'm sorry, here, give me a second. It says 22 moving parts, points, or I think that's in Spanish. And then it says McFarlane Toys, 12-year plus. So this is for ages 12 and up. DC Multiverse, the Grim Knight. As you can see here, you got the Grim Knight. From what I can see, you got the Grim Knight with 2 guns in the back, 2 guns right here. You got the card and the stand. Now, as most of you guys know, I haven't been taking. If you guys have been watching my last 2 DC Multiverse figure reviews, excuse me, I haven't actually been taking out the card and the stand. The card is because the card is this card right here. I'm sorry, this picture right here. And the stand because it doesn't have anything at all. It's just like a black circle with like a little peg so you can stand your figure up. Which is kind of sad because I believe in the Cyberpunk ones I did, also made from McFarlane Toys. Those did say, Cyberpunk, and the name, very small, but it said, and these, they're just, here's a black stand, and there you go, so, I don't know, I'm not going to take them out. I'm going to do the figure review and probably put them back in the box. But anyway, DC Multiverse, the Grim Knight. The bottom of it has the, the copyright stuff, the warnings, the choke hazards, where it's made, and the barcode. And then the side of it, DC Multiverse, the Grim Knight by McFarlane Toys. I believe this side's the same exact thing as well. And then the back of it here, you got the Grim Knight. Each figure comes with a collectible trading card. Here's the trading card that I was talking about. And then these are the other ones that you can collect. I do believe that's just Wonder Woman. That's Wonder Woman from, give me a second, I have to pull it up closer. I know it's from the movie that just came out, from like the Golden Armor. I actually got my mom this figure, so that's the other one. I will be reviewing that one, but I got my mom that one because she's a big fan of Eagles, and she just really liked that when I got this one, and so I got that for her. She doesn't collect figures like I do, but she does have a few here and there, and that one just kind of really interests her. And then, let me pull this up closer. You got Batman, White Knight. You got the Joker from the White Knight. And then you got Azrael from the Curse of the White Knight. So these are the White Knight figures right here. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go like this for now, because I gotta open the little 3 stickers up top that it comes with, and I don't want to put a knife on camera, so I apologize for that, but that's exactly what I was doing. And okay. And like I said, you can see here with the box, you can see the stand with nothing on it, and then you can see the guns in the back. Unfortunately, I didn't want to take the card out But the unfortunate thing is that I'm gonna have to open it so I can get the guns out. And so, you know, it is what it is. Then I guess I'll probably show you the card. So I'm gonna set that aside. And then this is all that the figure comes with right here up front. It's just these two guns and the figure himself. So what I'm gonna do next now is, you know, take everything out of these plastic parts, you know, and take the little straps off. And we're just gonna get the figure, put him on the turntable, and just get a good 360 view of the figure. Alrighty, folks. So here he is, the Grim Knight. Just getting a good 360 view of the figure. I'm not gonna go into, you know, the stuff I like about him right now, because we will be doing that later on in the, you know, the up close, you know, part where we take a look at the figure up close. But right now we're just getting a good 360 view of the figure. One thing I do want to say, at least with this figure, because I don't know if you guys remember from, I want to say, I think it was the Flash. I know for sure from the Cyberpunk, the Takemura figure, his legs, they weren't like even. There was a manufacturer defect with that one, and I believe there was one with the Flash too, and maybe, I don't quite remember, maybe with Deathstroke, but I know for sure it was Flash. His legs weren't even. This one, you know, he's actually doing very good. As soon as I took him out, man, I hate taking him out of those clamshells. They make so much noise, and they're just and they're so, I mean, good, you know, so that way the figure's not, you know, going all over the place. I just hate doing those. You know, I've done hundreds, if not close to maybe thousands of toys, you know, open toys for not only the ones that I get, but for my nieces and nephews and things like that. And you're never gonna ever get used to not, you know, getting that, you know, the toys out of the boxes. So anyway, when I did first take him out, this guy, at first I kind of noticed a peg on this leg right here. It was kind of moved differently, but with just a little finesse, you know, you got him, you know, got it to where you want it. So the good thing is he does stand up straight. So now that we get, you know, we got a good 360 view of the figure, what we're gonna do now is take him off of the turntable, and we're gonna take a look at everything that this figure comes with. Alrighty, folks. So as you can see here, he does come with about the same exact stuff that the other figure, you know, other DC Multiverse figures come with. Like, for example, the Deathstroke, he only came with, you know, with one item, which was his sword. The Flash, he came with a few little things, you know. He came with the thing for his foot to help him stand up. He came with lightning effects, or I don't know if those are called lightning or electricity, whatever you want to call it. So this one does come with, you know, quite a little few things, which is very nice. The first thing I do want to say before I go any further is he does come with the stand, like I told you before, but I'm not going to take it out. I did have to take out the card. I didn't have to take it out, but in order to get these, I had to open the part where this was at. So yes, it does come with the card. It says the Grim Knight, and it says, you guys, you know, if you guys want to, you guys can pause it right there. But it says, identify the Batman who laughs comics 2016. Bruce Wayne, 6 foot 2 inches, 200 pounds, ripped from Batman's greatest nightmares. The Grim Knight is his world's most dangerous vigilante, unafraid to use any weapon and to go any lengths to stop those he deems worthy of death. And you guys can keep reading on if you want to. Here you go. But that's just kind of like a little backstory of the Grim Knight. Okay. Now, these are the other things that it comes with. So this is where the card was. Now, I'm not going to go too much detail into this because unfortunately McFarlane Toys did not put no effort whatsoever into doing any type of paint job on this. It's all casted in plastic, and the detail is there. It is there because when they cast, you know, toy guns in plastic, all the detail is there, but unfortunately there's no detail sticking out. And so, I mean, obviously, you know, these are guns. Like there's an AK-47 right here. This looks like an AR-15 right here. There's a third gun right here, which I can't really tell what it is. And then there's another gun right here as well. And then there's and there's another gun right here. So in total, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guns in this big old, you know, chunk of guns. And this honestly pegs on his back. Now I'm not too sure. I'm just looking at it. Actually, I think it pegs upward. Yeah. So now I'm kind of looking at the pictures. I think it's gonna peg like this so you can see the guns on him, which doesn't make sense because if you're gonna, just say this is on your back and you're gonna reach back, you're not gonna try to want to grab a gun from, from the barrels, and then you're gonna want it be like this, which I'll go over here shortly later on in the video. But so he does come with this. I'm not too sure. I think this is called an MP5, maybe. I didn't look into it because I didn't know what kind of guns this guy came with. But he does come with this. Like I said, no, I mean the detail is there as far as the plastic, but as paint, nothing. There's nothing there for paint, and it's kind of upsetting. You get a nice figure. They did a great job with the figure. We'll get into later on as well. But with the weapons he comes with, they were just like black plastic. There you go, next, and they sold a lot of them. So yeah, they come with this gun right here, and this looks like a grenade launcher. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to warm it up and then do a quick freeze on it so this can get fixed. If not, there it is. There it goes again. It's just gonna keep bending and bending. And so the way to fix this is not hard plastic. It's not hard, but it's not soft. But in order to freeze that, you got to kind of warm it up to where it's kind of you can move it. And as soon as you get it to where you want, you put it in some cold or ice water, and it freezes it, or it cools it down so quick to it hardens right then and there. And that's how you guys fix that. But this is a grenade launcher again. Nice detail when it comes off the casting, but as far as paint, no paint whatsoever. So I mean, that's the unfortunate part of it, is that you do get some nice things that come with this figure here, but there's no detail to it. So how can you be proud to to display your figure with no detail? I mean, yeah, obviously you can get down and do some custom work and paint this, paint that, however you want it, but you shouldn't have to do that. I'm sure if you get a quick let's even just consider silver or maybe gun gray, and do like maybe like a dry brush to it, or that gunmetal wash where you put not a dry brush, but like get some white or silver, with the paint, and put it in there and then wipe it off so it can get in the crevices to stick out more. That would be great too. So that is everything the figure comes with, including the stand and the card. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to get the figure and take a closer look. Alrighty, folks, here he is, the Grim Knight. And before we continue any further, let's get the tape on him. It only took me 30-some videos to get this going, where I know I got the tape first here. Anyway, so he stands at the top of his little, top right here. I want to say 7 3/8. Yeah, because it's taller than 7 1/4. It's like 7 3/8, which is actually pretty tall for a figure. So what we're going to do now is kind of bring this up more and then bring it down. So looking at this figure, the unfortunate part about this figure is nothing really sticks out. There's a lot of things going on with this figure. If you really pay close attention to this figure, there is a lot of stuff going on with this figure. But as far as the paint, nothing sticks out. I mean, you got the Batman symbol that sticks out because it's white. You got his, his eyes that are white, and then you got his face right here that shows where, his mouth, pretty much his mouth is, that sticks out. And then the only other thing that sticks out is his gauntlets on his arms, his knee pads, because they're kind of silverish gray with the bat symbol there, and maybe his boots, because he has still like the little, I'm not too sure what these are called, but he has those parts from his gauntlets as well. But I mean, the rest of it, like the boots are all kind of shiny black, which there's no detail to it. There's no detail to his pants whatsoever. There's no detail to to his pretty much his pants and his shirt are pretty much the same exact color. So there's no detail to that. You can tell he's wearing a scarf there, which is kind of cool, So I don't know. There's not this deep. This figure doesn't really stick out to me as much as I thought it would. I thought it was cool, a Batman with guns. He doesn't kill people, but this one does. But then, really looking at this figure, he doesn't stick out much. He really doesn't stick out. Like, you look at this figure, and he looks like just completely plain. To me, the only thing that sticks out is looking at this figure right from here, the only thing that stick out is the wrist gauntlets, the bat symbol, and his mouth. That's the only thing that stick out from this figure. Now, for you to bring him close and have to be like, oh, okay, I see he has a big old tactical vest. I don't even know what you call that, but or a harness. You know, a few magazines here. It looks like he has 1, 2 guns right here. They look like Glocks actually to me, but can be mistaken. Another few magazines right here. Some pouches on the back of this top part. There's just more pouches, big bullets for some of his rifles. And then let's pull up his arms real quick. This one, huh? Oh, give me a second. Don't do this. There we go. Just a little tough. It's all right. And then just looking at the, you know, the rest of his, like his belt, he looks like he has maybe a flashlight right here, a few pouches. He has 1, 2 more guns right there, and a few more pouches in the back with some more bullets right there. Then you got his knife right here, and a few more pouches, and that's about it. So, I mean, he does come with quite a few things. And looking at this guy, he's like, Jesus, like, wow, that's amazing. He comes with so many things, but he doesn't really stick out that much to me, you know? And so this is where those guns, that are those 5 guns in that big old piece, stick to. Now, what I was talking about is, I think they go like this. I think that's how they stick to him. So when when you have him with the other guns, which is going to be carrying both guns like this, right? But it doesn't really make sense like this, you know? And why doesn't that make sense to me? So let's just say he's using the grenade launcher and the other machine gun. He runs out of bullets, reaches back to get the, I don't know, we'll say the AK-47, right? Do you really want to reach back and grab the barrel of the AK-47, or do you want to reach back to where it's like this, and you can just grab, you know, the, I don't know, we'll say like the buttstock, or the trigger, the grip, you know, the handle, and get ready to go. So I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure it would look so much better if it was like this, but it just doesn't look good like this because you know, these things are not stick down. You can't see anything in the back. I think it's meant, like, if you look on the box here, give me a second, there we go. You can see that the weapons are sticking upward. Now, I'm pretty sure you can have them however, you know, dang way you want. You know, I'm not, you know, they probably don't even care. They really probably don't care. But so they have the weapons going upward. So I'm pretty sure it really are meant to go like this. So you can actually see more. Because, like, if you pose the figure, you can see the weapons a lot better like this than you can like this. Like, they hide them in the back. There's no point of it. So I don't know. That's just my biggest take on that. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like it, you know, with the weapons pointing upward, or do you like it with the weapons pointing downward? And am I thinking too much in it? Maybe, you know, because I was in the military and you know, I'm kind of a big gun aficionado myself. That maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Yeah, maybe I am too much of a gun aficionado, and I apologize for not knowing what guns those are. I didn't do my homework on it, so I apologize for that. But anyway, here he is. Looks a little stumpy right now because I'm pointing it downward. So there you go. Here he is. And what we're going to do next now is go over this figure's articulation. Alrighty, folks. So we're going to go over this figure's articulation. Let me bring this up here and just like this. Okay, and bring them up close. There we go. So we're going to go from top to bottom like we've been doing with most figures nowadays. So he does have a 360 turn at the base of the head and the top of his neck. It feels like it's at a ball peg. There's a ball peg up there. So the base of his neck, there's no movement. And when you do turn it 360, you kind of have to go upward look. It's not straight 360 turn. It's kind of like an upward turn because of the scarf. You do have some side-to-side movement. You can look up. And then you can look down as well, which is very cool. This figure does have a butterfly joint. Let's do it with this one, because this one's really tough. They're both kind of tough. So he does have a butterfly joint. It doesn't move too much, but it's there. And you can actually see it. There you go. And he does have the 360 turn right there. His shoulder goes up to about there. So this is for both of them, but their shoulder goes up to about there. He has a 360 turn at the bicep. Let's go this way. He does have the double joint at the elbow, so he goes more than 90 degrees. Jesus, I'm sorry, there we go. He does have the 360 turn, like there's a ball joint there, so he does have the 360 turn at the wrist, and he can actually also go, actually I gotta find it. There we go. He can go upward and downward. Okay, let's put these to the side here. This one's kind of tough. There we go. I don't believe there's any movement. Actually, I am wrong with that. There's a little bit of movement at the torso here. I'm not moving the waist. This is just the torso. So there's a little bit of turning. So you can turn it this way this much and this way this much at the torso. There's a little bit of movement that way and back and forth. Now, grabbing that part and the bottom part, let's go with the waist. It looks like there's like a ball joint at the waist too. So I'm trying to hold on to the top torso and his midsection and just play around with his waist right here. And he does have this little bit of movement right here, but there's no turning whatsoever. The turning that you're getting right there is from the top of the torso, is not the waist. So he does have it to where you can go this much with the waist and that much with the waist, and then together, you get some good angle to it. But there's no turning whatsoever. I mean, there is just a little bit, but there you go. So I like how they did that, actually. Anyway, so going on to his legs. His leg goes up to about there, which is not... You know what it is the knife is hitting this the gun right here, so it's preventing it from going any further up. Let's try the other leg, see if that will... Yeah, this one goes a little bit higher up. So this one goes to about there. The other one is a little bit less because the knife's hitting the gun is preventing it from going any further. And then this one, this figure also, when you start moving the leg upward, it kind of starts doing it like sideways, where the leg starts opening up. Instead of going straight up, it kind of does that little angle thing. And as far as going backward, it's actually, it does have a kind of a good backwards one, because his buttocks, his behind is actually not completely plastic. It's like soft. So it actually gives him that mobility right there. As far as going sideways, let's go sideways with this one. So these guns do hinder the sideways movement. So he only goes, so if this figure was up straight right here, standing up like this, he only goes to about there, which isn't that good, because this gun on both sides, actually, it hinders it from going anywhere or any further. There's a little bit of movement at the upper thigh, but I think that's just part of the joint. Now, as far as the knee goes, there's a double bend at the knee, so you get the full further than 90 degrees. And then, oh, there we go. There's no movement whatsoever at the calf area, and at the ankle area, he does have a ball joint down there, so he has that 360 turn. He does go downward to about there. He goes upward to about there, and he goes side to side. Pretty decent. This figure also does have the toes here. Now, I was talking to somebody, and they were telling me, I asked them if they had any constructive criticism for my videos here. And they said that everything that I've been doing so far, looks well to them. That the only thing that I should talk about is if a toy is collectible. So as far, and I've been thinking about that, what she told me right there. Not to go too much into the story, but are these toys collectibles? They're only collectible if you think they're collectible. If they're collectible items to you, then yeah. Don't get me wrong, most toys are collectible items. You keep them in the box and you keep them for 5 to 10 years. Yeah, that toy is going to be a collectible item. You should really want to get it because it's it's old. But are these toys collectibles? They're as collectible as they want to be for you. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're getting... We'll talk about maybe the 1/6 scale figures, because that's the one I've seen more than the other ones. I think NECA does it. They have like variant ones where they're kind of exclusives. And same with the 1/6 scale ones. There's a lot of exclusives out there. Are those collectible? Yes, those are collectible because they're exclusives and not everybody makes them. So if you really want to pick up, get the exclusive for sure. So as far as these figures, is this figure collectible? If I leave him in the box, and don't touch him for a few years, then yeah, he'll become for sure a collectible. But unfortunately, this figure came out, just last year, so he still has a ways to go. As opposed to, I don't know, maybe like that Punisher one, that 1/6 scale Punisher I did, that was 4 years ago. That figure is no longer brand new, and if you can find him brand new, Jesus, that's a pricey figure up there, So that's just something to think about as far as collectibles or not. It just really comes down to what you like. If you're gonna get that figure and be happy with him when it first comes out, maybe take good care of him, and he will become a collectible, or collect a collector's item. So. What we're going to do next is transition over to doing some comparisons. Now, the only one I can really compare him to right now, I don't really want to compare him to the Flash. I don't know. I feel like the Flash doesn't really fit in with any of these figures. So I think the only person I'm going to compare him to, which I have done a review for already, is Deathstroke. And I think those two together would look actually look kind of nice. Alrighty, folks. So doing a comparison, here he is, the Grim Knight. Excuse me. Let's bring him over here, maybe a little bit back, and let's bring out Deathstroke from Arkham Origins, the video game. There we go. His leg is actually a little bit messed up. If you can see here, his toe's kind of pointing upward. This is another one, like I said, that there's a manufacturer defect, but it's not as bad as the other ones. This one's not too bad, but he kind of has that kind of sideways standing, which kind of looks weird for Deathstroke. But overall, these two characters actually together, together, the Batman, the Grim Knight, and Deathstroke, these two together actually look very nice, side by side. If they were to give this guy his guns, things that he can hold except, minus the sword, and then put him next to him, then yeah, that would have been a great thing. But this guy only has his sword, so, I don't know, that's like, Deathstroke really makes the Grim Knight not look that good. He's just, you look at the Grim Knight, and the only thing that's really spectacular or amazing about this figure is that you got the white bat, symbol, and that's about it. Everything else is kind of plain, colors. Then you look at Deathstroke over here, and you got the shiny blue, the gold, it sticks out a lot. So, I don't know, that's just a nice comparison to the two. And then you look at it too, like Deathstroke's actually taller. Actually, that's one thing I didn't want to check. Because I actually saw these two together before I put him up. So I did say this figure was a 7 and 3/8. Yeah, actually they're both 7 and 3/8. The top of Deathstroke's head right here is the top of his little spikes on his cowl right there. So yeah, they're both at the same height. But if you kind of look at him, Deathstroke's actually taller because Bruce's head, or Batman's head, is actually not at the top of that, so he is a little bit taller. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Which one of these two look a lot better? I'm gonna go with Deathstroke, even though I do like the Grim Knight's look. I'm gonna go with Deathstroke still, just because they pull a lot more detail into him than they did to this one. But let me know what you guys think. Alrighty, folks, here is one last time the Grim Knight from McFarlane Toys, released in 2020 from the DC Multiverse. I probably won't be bringing him out to do a comparison with any other figure. The other two figures I'll probably be doing a comparison with Deathstroke, if anything. Actually, you know what? I might bring him out one last time to do a comparison with one of the other ones that I have. But anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please like and share it. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, and also hit the notification bell to get notified when I drop the videos. I drop a video every Sunday and Wednesday. No specific time yet, just Sundays and Wednesdays so far. One thing I do ask, if you guys watch my videos, please watch them all the way through. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. When you don't watch them all the way through, YouTube thinks they're not good videos, so they don't kind of put them out there for other people to see. And for those of you that have been watching all the way through, thank you very much for that. I've been seeing kind of an improvement there. I've been seeing more more views on my videos, and I've been getting a few more subscribers. So thank you very much for all that. I do have, or I'm sorry, if you want an inside scoop before YouTube, I do have an Instagram. Head over there and give me a follow. I'll leave the link down in the description below. You can, I pretty much post videos over there of, when I post on YouTube as well. But over there, I actually post pictures of the next video I'm getting ready to drop. So head over there if you want to know what video is going to come out next. And like I said, please give me a follow. All that being said, we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.